Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Well, we might get interrupted. I've just watched Thames Water arrive outside and start unloading cones and road up signs. And I think they could be drilling right outside my window to find a leak or something any moment. But I don't have that much time today, so I'm going to try and solve this puzzle and work around any drilling interruptions. It's quite frustrating because there's also alarm guys working who I was waiting, who said that they would be finished an hour ago and still have not set off a 5-minute alarm in the block of flats I live in. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's have a look at, I'm sorry if this spoils more Sudoku 90's first appearance on the channel. He sent us a puzzle called, well, Chi or Chai? I don't know. It might be Chai, which, well, I should really pronounce it Chai. It's the Greek letter that looks like an X. But it could be Chi in the sense of the Chinese spirit of well-being that may be generated by the puzzle itself or these lines. I don't know. Please do feel free to give me your interpretation of what the puzzle title means. And maybe more Sudoku 90 will tell us. Anyway, let us have a look at what's going on Patreon at the moment. The Alien Invasion Sudoku Hunt is still there and still live, and give it a go. It's fabulous and it's counting circles based, and you will enjoy it if you like the variant Sudoku. Each puzzle can be attempted individually, so if there's one or two you can't do, you can try the others. And do give it a go. There's also other videos on Patreon, including recent gridogram and connections videos. I do those every few days. Some very difficult cryptic crosswords, and there will be one more this week. And what else? We've got loads and loads going on apps, where we do, of course, have a killer app and a line Sudoku app, but we also have the Worms, and that includes Zetamath's Worm, which is the latest one out. We've got some merch as well, all on the links under the video, but the first link, there goes the alarm. I was told 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds. About 20 seconds, so hopefully I will have remembered to reduce the volume on that for you, because it was ear splitting for me. And we've still got the drillers to come. Oh, the world I live in. Anyway, so normal killer Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, column and box. Digits can't repeat in a cage, and the numbers in a cage sum to the value of the first 2 digits of that cage when read left to right or top down. So those 2 digits will be a 2-digit number that is the sum of this cage, and those 2 for that cage, and so on. I don't know whether it's those 2 or that 2 in this cage. Maybe we'll leave that open-ended. Well, what it says is when read left to right, top down. Ah, no, okay, I'm misreading the rules. So it means the first 2 digits as they appear in normal reading order in the cage. So even in this cage, it's that and then that are the sum of the cage. So in that one, it's definitely those 2. Okay, that could be expressed better. Hopefully it's expressed better now. Digits on a green line are even. Digits on a blue line are odd. Digits may not repeat on a line. Cells joined by an X, sum to 10. Those are the rules. It seems quite a paucity of rules. Give it a try on that link. Let's get cracking, and let's hope we get done before the drilling. Right, these are the even digits, 2, 4, 6, and 8. These are the odd digits, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Right, let's go to this cage, where the first 2 digits are the sum of the cage. Well, it can't be 30 anything, because 30 is the maximum number for 4 different cells, and that's not possible. So that's a 1, and none of these others are 1s, but then none of them are in a 10s position in a cage. This is, however, This can't be 41 or any such number because 5 digits can only add up to 35. So that's a 2. And this digit must be a 1. Now that this cage can't add to 20 something, it must add to a number between 13 now, and 19. And the way that we have to operate these cages is that the units digit, which is always going to be in the second position in the cages, if you subtract the units digit from the total of the cage, you'll always get something divisible by 10. So the simple way to see that is if this said 18, take away 8 and the other two would add up to 10. If this said 28, take away 8 and the other cells would add up to 20. So what that means is that these two cells do add up to 10. And these 4 cells do add up to 20. And now these 3 add up to 18, which could be quite a variety of things. 873, 864, 765. And this digit, I mean, we just can't resolve that by reference to this cage total at all. It could be any digit and the cage will do its job of making sense. Right, this now can no longer be a 2, so it must be a 1. Any 4-cell cages begin with a 1 or a 2. The 3-cell cage, well, even that begins with a 1 or a 2. There's another one there. So let's fill in some of those. Now, that means that these digits add up to 10. And these ones add up to 9 and I don't know. They're not 1, 8. That's all I know. There is a 1 in one of these 3 positions. If it was here, these would add up to 10. And that would have to be a 2, 3, 4 triple. I mean, that is possible. But the reason it becomes impossible is because a 1 here forces this to be a 2. And by the rule we've established, that requires these 3 digits to add up to 20, and they can't because these would both have to be 9s. In fact, does that mean that a 2 cannot begin a 4-cell cage? I think it does, you know. Well, it certainly can't begin a 3-cell cage. That's a 1. It does, because the 2 digits that weren't contributing to the cage total would have to add up to 18. So these are all 1s. Well, that's really eased off the difficulty a tiny bit. Now, I wonder if this could be 31. I don't think it can, because those digits would add up to 4. These would have to add up to 27. So it must be 21. And these add up to 18 now. This probably can't be 35. Because these would have to add up to 30, including a 3, and that would require these to be 27. So that's a 2 as well. This one probably can't be a 3 for exactly the same reason. Yes, it works perfectly well for a 5-cell cage, 1 or 2. Now we've got a 6-cell cage here, and I'm wondering if that could begin 30-something. Because then the 3 and the other 5 digits would add up to 30. That is possible, just about. Right, let's just keep going with what we've got. In these 3-cell cages, the 1 and then the next digit, which is the units digit, leave a 9 for the last one. In the 4-cell cages, those 2 add up to 9, those 2 add up to 9. The 4-cell cages that begin with a 1, those 2 add up to 9. So where does 9 go in this box? It doesn't go in that pair or that pair. It must go in those cells. And now 9 has been ruled out of several digits on this line that has all of the odds. And it appears in one of those 3. These add up to 18. They've probably got a 9 in which case, since 9 is in one of these 2 cells in the box, it's likely to be there. If the 9 was there, these digits are 875. Well, it's possible. It's possible. We need a 2 in this box. That's now in one of these cells, and therefore 2's in one of those 2. These have to add up to 10. These have to add up to 10. Oh, that pair adds up to 9. And we've got 3, 5 or 7 there. So this is 2, 4 or 6. These add up to 18. These 4 add up to 20. Including the 2. That's not easy. Oh, this box. These add up to 18. Yeah, that's not going to help. 28, 30. All I then know is that these 3 add up to 15, and I don't really get much from that. The 1 plus these 2 add up to 10. So these 2 add up to 9. Now they can't have a 2 in. They're either 3, 6 or 4, 5. Oh, we've got the X pair there. Again, well, 3, 7 or 4, 6 on that one. If that was a 2, this would be a 7. And then this would be a 3. And that would be quite a lot of pressure on this cage. These 4 cells would add up to 27 and all be different. And they couldn't use 3, so they're not 9, 8, 7, 3. I think they would either be 9, 8, 6, 4 or 9, 7, 6, 5. This is if this was a 3. Which I was hoping to prove wrong. I don't think I can do that immediately. I can place 1 in box 7. That might well be the last 1 in the grid. It is. Don't know. We've got a 9 in one of those cells by Sudoku. I'm looking around for Sudoku. Ah, the 4, 6 and 8 on that line, they all see these cells. So these can't be 4, 6 or 8, or they'd keep that digit off the line. So this is 3, 5 or 7. This is some odd digit. Don't really know how the rest of that goes. These add up to 10. These to 18. Just, oh, there's a 2 somewhere. So if that's a 2, that's a 7. If that's a 2, these would be 9, 7. So if that's a 2, that's a 7. If that's a 2, these are 9, 7. So this digit can never be a 7. None of these can be a 7 by that same token. That's really weird. That's good. Because either there's a 7 there or in one of that pair, depending on where 2 is. No, I've got the maths wrong. No, I've got the whole cage total wrong. You can't put a 2 in a cage that's already had a 2. Numpty man strikes again. 7's removed from those cells. That is basically done now. Maybe I should colour the cages that are done or the cages that are still to be done. Yeah, I'm going to colour these purple for done. Now, these add up to 10 and it's not 1, 2, 7 now because of that. It's either 1, 3, 6 or 1, 4, 5. So that's either 3, 6 or 4, 5. The same is true here. That's a pair that's not 1, 8 or 2, 7 now. So now we've got a 3, 4, 5, 6 quad in the box. Everything else is 2, which must go there, or 9 or 8, which go in these cells. Now, I was getting excited about 7. Oh, it was just not being in those. I've dealt with that now. 7 is looking at that cell, so that's not 7, nor 3 opposite on the X. That 2 has made this a 3, and that is a big deal. That's not only removing 3, 6 one way there, it's also saying that these cells add to 27. And they've got to have either, well, they were either having 9 and 8 in, which they're not, because 9 and 8 are looking at all of those, or they have to have 9, 7, 6, 5, which they must do. So that's where the 9 goes. And these are 7, 6, 5. And now this cage is effectively done. 5, 6, 7 there are looking at that cell, making it a 3. That comes off the rest of the line, which is a 5, 9 pair. In this row, we only need 4 and 2, and we can do those immediately. That gives me a 2 in this cage, and now we have to add up to 10 in those 3 digits to make this total work. Ah, this is good. This is good. This is going well. No 4 in those cells. In fact, those two were adding up to, this is a 5, and that cage is done. That's a 3-6 pair, and this cage is done. Doesn't matter what the units digit is. 91365. We do need a 2 in the box, and we know where it goes. That might be the last 2 in the grid, and it is. The other digits in the row are 4, 7, and 8. Right, now we have these adding up to 18. If I've at some point in the past said it was those, I've realized that's wrong. This is the tens digit, this is the units digit. So these orange add up to 18, these orange add up to 18, these orange add up to 18. Now these ones are very constrained, and in fact that 5 has resolved the 9 and 5 on the line. These two add up to 9, and they must be 3, 6 now, which leaves 7, 8 for the top of the column. These digits are 4, 7, 8 in some order. Now over here again, we add up to 18. This time we're not using 7. We can't use both 9 and 8 because 1 isn't available, or the drilling could be about to begin. If we use 9, we either need 3, 6 or 4, 5 yet again. If we use 8, it's 6, 4. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities still, irritatingly. I don't know. I don't know how to resolve that. So 2, 1, 7, 8. We need a 5 in one of these cells. Are some of these done? That 9 is taking 9 out of there. It would be lovely. Yes, 9 in this box is restricted to those 2 cells thanks to these 9s. Therefore, this isn't 9 and this is. So we've found the 9 in the box. And now we know that these add up to 18 without a 9. So again, 873, 864, or 765. Not easy to decide on that. Down here we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 9. One of, I don't know anything about this column, about that digit. I thought that might be getting fixed. Now, the 7 there is looking at that cell. Now I know one of these is a 7 in the row, and I know that's not a 7. So now I know one of these two is a 7. It probably doesn't advance me a lot, but it's definitely truth. 1, 9, 3, 2. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to go in up here. I mean, the puzzle's coming together for me, but maybe not quick enough to avoid the drilling. I heard a big hammer blow as on a pavement outside a moment ago, and I'm terrified that that's going to go off in a moment. If that was a 4, 6 pair, this digit becomes 8, and then that's 7. Then we have 3, 5, 9 to place in the row. That's quite easily done. Oh, this row, have we got a triple? Not quite. 1, 9, 2. We do need a 5 somewhere, either there or there. Oh, and it's these that add up to 18. Now they're not using 9. I thought that was going to be helpful. Could they be 7, 6, 5? This digit would be a 6, and that would be a 7, 5 pair. That would put 5 here. I don't know. I know all I would prove if I ruled out 7, 6, 5 would be that there was an 8 here. Not sure about that. So these add up to 18. Now, if they use a 9, it's here. And then these have to add up to 9. So it wouldn't be 8, 1. It would be either 4, 5 or 6, 3. Now, alternatively, there's a 9 there and an 8 in this cage and 6, 4. So in that case, these are from 4, 6, 8. And that would force this to be a 7, this to be a 5, this to be a 3, and this to be a 9. It would be very prescriptive. It would be very useful. I'd love to know if it's the right thing. And I don't. I don't think I have a means yet. I haven't worked one out of knowing how that works. Right, let's come back to here. 7 and 5 have to fall into these cells somewhere. Almost proves that at least one of them is in orange, but it doesn't quite. Oh, and we've also got these that add up to 18. I'd forgotten all about these. Well, they don't use 9. So again, we've got this same combo here of either 765 or 873 or 864. And it can't be the same version of the combination as this. Am I missing something to do with Sudoku and 9s? No, not really. I don't think so. Just getting a bit bogged down now. Right, these add up to 18. 4, 6, 8. Oh, these add up to 9. I haven't finished that cage yet. Yeah, that's interesting. So which version stresses anything? One of these two digits is an 8. I can see that, actually, from this column. And they both see that digit, one on the green line and one in the row. So that's not an 8. Now no, it's either 846 this, or 945 or 963. That hasn't really changed the paradigm at all. But now one of these two is an 8 in the box, and that means these can't be an 8 in the column. It's quite an oddity that we don't know whether 9's in this cage or not. It would be very useful to know. Don't think I do. Right, we've got 4, 5, 6, and 8 still to populate this row. 7's in one of those. 2, 1, 9, 7 in this column. That's just not interesting. I think I have to keep using this box or this line. Now, what is this digit? Is 4, 6, or 8 by Sudoku? Or no, hang on. It could be 5. And I suspect it probably is, therefore. If this was 4, 6, or 8, this would be prevented from being 4, 6, 8. And would have to be 9 with 4 or 6 and 3 or 5. If this was 4, 6, or 8, it would sit there on the line and in one of these two cells. Wow, I don't know. I just don't know. It's all about these 18 groups, isn't it? There's one there, one here, which we know, one here, and one here. So, what are the possibilities have I said? I've said them repeatedly. 873, 864, and 567. Eight, 6, 4 here would put 7 in one of those cells, which would place 7 here. It would actually make this a 7-5 pair. This is quite difficult to disambiguate the chi from this puzzle. 2, 1, 7, 8, 5 is in one of these. Oh, goodness. 4, 6, 8. Well, it was good that we got 8. So what about 6 in this column? One of those 3 positions. So if that is not a 6, there's a 6 here and a 6 here, and that can't be a 6. And that's if this is not a 6. Does it almost apply to whatever this is? It appears... Whatever this is kept off both of these lines, but whatever it isn't out of 4, 6 and 8 must appear in that group. Oh no, maybe not 6 in one of these, because 6 could be down here. Oh, this digit is in a cage with 5, 6 and 7 in. Oh, Mark. So that's a 4 or 8, and that's a pair. So that can't be 4 or 8. Now, 4 and 8 are looking at that cell. That can't be 4. That means this can't be 5, because those two have to add up to 9. Now, 5 in the columns in one of those. This is 3 or 5. 2, 1, 9, 4, 8. This is 3 or 6, because it sees 7 and 5, and it sees that 4, 8 pair. And that's now a pair in the row, leaving 4, 8 and 9 still to be placed in the row. It's getting interesting again. Now, that 3, if that's a 3, this is a 7, 8 pair. If it's a 6, these add up to 12, and they can't be 8, 4. So then there'd be 7, 5. So they're either 7, 5 or 7, 8, and there's always a 7 in them. And now this digit can't be a 7. 4, 8, 3, 5, 6, 7. This can't be 7. The only place for 7 in this column is here. Now I've got a 5, 6 pair here looking at that cell. 3 must be in one of these two cells in the column, and now that digit is a 5. And that makes this one a 4, and that completes the work for this cage. But it also keeps 4 out of those cells on the green line, and therefore puts 4 here. Now, these are either adding, well, they're adding up to 14. They're either 8, 6 or 9, 5. If that has to be 9 or 8 now, this is 6 or 5. That 6, 8 pair, what are they doing? They're keeping 6 and 8 out of these cells. That can't be 5 by Sudoku now. And this is 3 or 6 in the column and in the box now. So that can't be 4, and the 4 in this box is here. That's not 4. This is an 8, 9 pair. That's not 8 or 4 now. That's a 5, 6 pair. This digit is 3. That's going to sort out 6 and 3. Now, this group of cells has to be 3, 7, 8 to add up to the 18, and to make the whole cage, in fact, add up to 26. That works. So this becomes a 5. This is 6. Now we get 5 here, and this cage we can now make add up to, well, 20x, where that digit is x. And I can convert these colors, and these, in fact. Let's get rid of those oranges and make all of these cells pink, because they're all done. Now I've just got to make these add up to 18 using 4, 6, 7, 8, and only 3 of those digits. That's 4, 6, 8. And this, basically, I'm going to declare this cage done. That's done all the cage totaling that we needed. This pair is a 3, 7 pair. That fixes 8, 7 in the middle. That's now 4, and these aren't. This 3, 6 pair must be done, and they are. That's a 6, 8 pair, so this has to be 3 or 7, and it can't be 7. That's 3, that's 5, this is 7. 2, 7, 4, 5, 9. That can't have 4 or 5 in. This can't have 4 or 7 in, and must be 8. That's 6. That's 5. That's 6 and 5 there. We're going along swimmingly now. 4 or 8 there, but this has to be, well, that has to be 4. This has to be 7. That's 4 and 8. Now 6 and 8 here are resolved. That gives us 8 here as well. This 8, 7 pairs done. That 7, 3 pairs done. 3 we need, and it's in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. This must be 6. That sorts out 4, 6 twice. This 8, 7 is resolved. Then this 8, 9, and now 3, 6, and no drilling. Hurrah! Sorry about the fire alarm, but there we go. Puzzle done. Chi complete. And I felt a sense of enormous well-being. So I'm going to call the puzzle Chi rather than what I would call Chai. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being with us. It's absolute joy to have you accompany us on the journeys to the solutions of these puzzles. And we'd love to see more of you. We'll be streaming on Monday evening. Join us in chat then. Bye for now.